Recently, we saw a post by R.J. Cyler, the actor who played Billy, the Blue Ranger in the 2017 Power Rangers movie, in which he used a blue heart after telling God that he loves him. This simply may not mean anything, but at the same time it is also strange that a person would use a blue-colored heart when red is always used. Obviously, many fans have started to create many theories about a second Power Rangers 2017 movie due to the fact that the actor used this blue heart, interpreting that he possibly used it to give an indirect message to the fans that he will play the Blue Ranger again, but this is something quite far-fetched. Despite this, it should be mentioned that this movie was supposed to have a sequel, but due to the little profit it got, the project was cancelled. In this channel we have talked many times about the mistakes they made in this movie and the reasons why it could not be a success, but at the same time we have also mentioned all the positive things it had. What no one has yet talked about is the relationship this movie may have with the reboot and the possibility that this Power Rangers team may be involved in the new universe. Remember, this movie had nothing to do with the universe we know and had no connection to anything we've seen for 30 years. The only thing they used from the universe we know were the characters, but, even so, they created another story, and basically the only thing they had from the original characters were the names and the colors. If we analyze the whole movie, we will realize that this team has no relation with the original Mighty Morphin team, because even though they used the same colors, the same names, and also the other characters outside the team are the same, the story is so different that it looks like a different team. In this movie, Zordon was a Power Ranger who lost his entire team and the Morphers were buried on planet Earth. Rita Repulsa was also a Ranger with the green color, and she was the one who wiped out Zordon's team. Alpha 5 is quite a different robot, although it basically fulfills the same function as the Alpha 5 we know. The technology, Morphers, Zords, and suits are very different from what we have seen in the original series. With that said, we can deduce that this team is in a different universe, but it is also a different team that only uses the original team as a base. We can even say that this movie goes the same way they want to take the reboot, as it is a story with more drama, darker, and created for young adults. The special effects are spectacular, but at the same time you can see that they are created for a pretty dark movie. Despite all that darkness, this movie tried not to lose some details that make Power Rangers, and some of these details are comedy, youth, and fantasy. Unfortunately, we can't say that this movie had all the essence of Power Rangers, since this didn't happen and they lost one of the most important focuses of the story. The power of the Morphin grid is only given to those who deserve it and have good intentions to use it. When these Rangers managed to find the Morphers, they were still rebels and unfortunately had to go through many complicated situations to change their minds. I understand that this was a good story of change and possibly this is an excellent drama, but perhaps it would have been better if the people the Morphers met were good people from the beginning. This sends the wrong message to society, and that is that the message says if you are rebellious then you will be granted power. Well, this is a topic for another video. Here the important thing is to talk about the possible relationship that this movie may have with the reboot, and the first thing we must say is that the company that made this movie is the same company that is going to work on the reboot. This could mean that perhaps they want to use the Rangers they already have to involve them in the new universe and in the new projects that are coming. Maybe these Rangers won't be the main team in the new Power Rangers series, but maybe they will be in the same universe. This means that they could help the new team in some moment of difficulty, and it would create an epic moment. We have to be very honest, regardless if the 2017 movie was a flop, it would still be spectacular to have them appear in some episode of the new Power Rangers series. This would mark a shocking moment, as this team is known to all Power Rangers fans, and even though they are not as beloved, they are still characters we already know. In addition to this, if this team was part of the new universe, this could mean that maybe they could make a second movie and continue the story they already showed us. A second 2017 Power Rangers movie could be a much safer bet than the first movie, since here they can fix all the problems they had in that first movie. One of these problems was taking so long for the Rangers to achieve a transformation, and this obviously happened because they chose characters unworthy of the power. That entire process that they had to go through to become people worthy of power was what caused them to take so long to achieve the transformation, and a lot of valuable time was lost. We know that in the new universe they are going to add more story and more drama, but this cannot be an excuse to diminish the action, since the central path of Power Rangers is action. The most exciting thing this franchise has going on is all the action it has, and we must say that the few moments of action that 2017 movie had were excellent. If that movie would have had more action moments like that, then it possibly would have been a total success. Obviously, this action can't be repetitive and must not be boring. By this I mean that the Rangers must not always win the fights, sometimes they must be defeated, and with this will come conflicts that they will have to resolve. All these are things that they should implement in the reboot, because, if they are going to use all the style that the 2017 movie has, then that part is going to be excellent. If we analyze all this style that this first movie has, we can realize that the new Power Rangers universe could be spectacular and could compete with any other fantasy franchise. In all, this part of the special effects only need to improve some things, such as costumes and Zords. With the new AI technology, we could see that there are awesome costume designs, and there are also awesome weapons. This also applies to the Zords, as there are spectacular combinations between animals and robots, but what we saw in the 2017 movie was a disaster. In addition to the artificial intelligence, there are also designers who have created amazing costumes for Power Rangers, and I think these designs understand more of the essence of the franchise. This is the key to the success of the new universe, to continue with the essence of Power Rangers without erasing the most important things like action, being worthy of power, Morphin, and many more things that made us fans love this franchise from the first moment we saw it. Write in the comments if you think that blue heart means a message, like this video and subscribe to see the new Power Rangers universe.